June 1st. Welcome to Juneteenth. So with that said, everyone, I'm the Panda Photographer, and it's Saturday morning, and it's golden hour. Well, the golden hour is kind of passing on, so about 30 minutes from now, golden hour will probably be long gone. But with that said, everyone, I hope you have a good weekend. But many of you in the comments, especially on social media, that do not live in New York City, are questioning the mayor's ability to properly be a mayor. What is going on in New York City? So let me start from the very beginning, when the mayor made some promises. So you realize that all these problems that are going on in New York City currently is the current mayor's fault. You know that, right? Let me explain. When he first got in office, remember that broadcast at City Hall? He had the homeless man come on the stage, speak his words about being homeless. He promised homeless men and women and children and teenagers an opportunity. But now he's stating that he's going to criminalize homelessness, and no one should be homeless on the streets. So, and that's why I said, and I'm going to repeat myself, are you going to try to force people into programs they don't want to join? Because not all those programs are meant for everyone. It's like psychologically, no. So here's another thing. Remember, he was the one that opened New York City doors to migrants. Remember that broadcast, everybody? He was like, migrants can come here. Remember that broadcast, everyone? And now look what he has created. Problems for New Yorkers. So, with that said, but rent is being increased. People can't afford rent. I just saw this guy that I didn't know he was homeless. He didn't look homeless, but he was sleeping in the other side of Murray's Park. It goes to show you that, mind you, I know where this guy works. He has a full-time job. So this is what I want everyone to do. Early morning at 5 o'clock, if you live in New York City and you're watching this, just go around your neighborhood park. See how many homeless people are sleeping in the park. And then don't sneak out on them. Just pay good observation. How they get up, where they're going, where they're about to go. Because let me explain. Most of these men and women, or most of the men, because women are probably sheltered. Because it's be honest, it's always the men that's being thrown to the trash or to the side. Women, on the other hand, get taken care of no matter what state women go to. Women are always going to be taken care of, but it's up to women to also do so. But go around the parks, neighborhoods, and be very observant and see what men and women are doing. Mostly men. Like, you see this guy over here? He's collecting cans early in the morning. He got first dibs. See? The hustle. This is what the mayor created. More problems for New Yorkers. And people do not want to pay a $6,000 increase. People don't even want to pay $3,000 rent. But the mayor started all these problems, everybody. He invited migrants to, remember that? He was invited, and then he said, open doors, and he gave everyone an invite. And now you have a problem with it. And now you're going to put it on New Yorkers. And now New Yorkers and small businesses are suffering because of it now. Now, when a small business tries to call the police on migrants selling other stolen goods in front of their store, and they can't get business because of that, the police never show up. It is really hard for small business in New York City to thrive. Look what's going on. You see closure after closure after closure after closure. Come on. This is ridiculous. This is insane. This is the Adams' fault, the administration of Adams. He made this a problem for you New Yorkers. And that's a documentarian, that's a photographer, that's someone that's houseless, and mind you, once lived in the city and was born here by default. I'm just giving you guys context. I live in Wisconsin. I lived in Wisconsin, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Japan, um, Seattle, Vancouver. I lived in California. I lived everywhere, everybody. I love all these places. But these governors, these politicians, stop playing games with your own civilians' lives. You're literally playing Russian roulette right now. You got gangs now entering the US, even though you have a gang problem. You got a gun problem. And now we have a migrant problem and a homeless pandemic problem. Because be honest with yourselves, politicians, lawmakers, city officials, you know people can't afford this rent. You know, giving us false hope, saying that you're going to build 500,000 apartments by this amount of time, you know you're not going to make that number. People try to give you ideas how to convert these office buildings into apartments. Yes, it's problematic in some ways to convert, but they were once apartments in the first place. Because my parents and I came to New York when I was a kid. We had a very rich friend that used to live by Times Square and into the building all the time. And he used to live in one of those buildings. They just reconverted the building to an office space. I think it's possible to reconvert it back into an apartment. I think Jordan Cash made a video of this. I think, or talked about this. So, with that said, everyone, and for someone that's on that level, that everyone, I'm on that level, you're on that level, we are all trying to survive this level. It is really difficult. It is so difficult to try to save money and try to I can't spend money on that. Shit. Damn it. Well, I can't spend money on this right now because I need to do this. Especially when times are rough, everyone's having a rough time. But New York City, so mind you, the mayor gave you these problems. Look at past broadcasts. That's all you have to do is do your research. Who created these issues now for New York? The mayor. He invited. I'm not saying, keep this in mind, I am not biased towards migrants, no. But when you invite without specifics, you just open your door and saying this free stuff, and that's what's the word, everybody. Mr. Mayor, do you know, even I know what the word is about New York City? You can get everything here free. Yes, that is the word. You don't believe me? Do your statistics. Ask any migrant and ask any other American citizen outside New York. Yeah, I heard you get shit free in New York, right? You got free Wi-Fi, you got free subway. Yeah, I'm talking about the underground subway because people don't pay their fare. You got free food, people stealing. Yeah, it's just like another San Francisco. But the other thing about San Francisco is that they don't have a free subway because the BART, it's expensive. Just to go 5 stops, you gotta pay $4.15. So if I wanted to go to Oakland, this is how much it costs to get from Macadero, San Francisco, because I live there, to Oakland, right? The next station across the bay. It's gonna cost me $4.55 just across the bay. That's how expensive San Francisco was. For one fare, everybody, while everyone in New York City is paying $2.90. But the problem with the subway here is that you see a lot of crazy things, just like the BART. Yeah. People sat on needles on the BART. Even in Portland, TriMet, when I was living in Portland, the TriMet, dude, you had junkies shooting up in the corner of the train. But the TriMet train was a cool train because it was like street level. Yes, the trains were on the streets and could go through all the neighborhoods. It was so cool. And the trains were so cool. How it was designed. Oh yeah, I love the TriMet system. It was always on time and accurate. Unlike New York City MTA never on time. Never on time. So, if you do go to Portland, always get a TriMet card and get a TriMet app. It's gonna save you money too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, and then like Seattle, right? You had all the metro lines and you had the bus lines. You can connect to the bus to the train or the train to the bus, as long as you had either the card or the app. It was just like a simple system. Yeah, but all these trains, I tell you, New York City by far has the worst system. By far, New York City has the worst system. As someone has traveled, gone to Japan, used subway in Tokyo, used subway in Hong Kong, used subway in London. Yeah, London's a little sketchy. I'm not. The underground's a little sketchy, but it ain't that bad. Not like this. No, everybody. I want you to go to these places and just observe the subway and watch. You're gonna believe what I'm telling you. Like, yeah, New York City is pretty bad. The subway is pretty bad. It's like it's very dirty, smelly. Most of the other subways I went to, you don't really smell anything, especially on TriMet. Nope. Even in the underground in London, you don't. Come on. I don't think I ever have smelled urine in the underground. I don't think so. I might have seen homeless people smelling like that thing, yeah. But like urine smells and all types of smells, like New York City subway, no way, friend. I don't think so. My memory is like withdrawing right now. My memory is like, no, man, I can't recall either, friend. We got a good memory about places we've been to and how we used the subway and all transportation system. This is why I was telling you guys, if you guys ever go to any of these places, I can know how to cheaper way to get from the airport to your hotel or to Metro Midtown or downtown or Central, whatever they want to call their province or their cities. Because like in Paris, it's Central. Then you have in London, you got the downtown area, the east, you got the west. But like I was saying, everybody, there's ways how to save money and travel. and someone taught me this. Another traveler said, hey, Kate, yeah, other travelers. This is why I like staying at international hostels. Because I meet travelers. Like, oh, okay, I steal your idea. Thank you. I write down in my book. But anyway, friends. So it's early morning. And I just want to say, New York City is actually a reality show without purchasing a ticket. You could come here, everybody. Yeah, maybe you have to purchase a ticket. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. This is a free television show. New York City has entertainment everywhere. And I'm not saying that the crime is entertainment. I shouldn't be saying entertainment. It's just like it's a reality show that should be broadcast on CCTV every freaking day. Wonder if New York, let's say the next mayor that comes along and he just amps up the ante and wants to put CCTV every single block, every single where, like in Vancouver. Whoo. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that, everybody. That the next mayor that comes along in New York City decides he wants to put CCTV, which you already have. If you guys didn't know this, you see that? There's a gap right in that box area. Now, that was meant, if some of them do have the cameras installed, if you look at these NYC big booths, okay, you see that little dot right there? So, intentionally, that was supposed to be set up for surveillance camera, CCTV, and I think that should be a good idea. How about those apples? Atoms. How about install it, or that was the design for this anyway. Have free Wi-Fi, know who's using it, and see this and be a CCTV. I think that's a great idea. Some of you guys says, well, is it not an invasion of privacy? Well, you're on a public sidewalk, but you are using it. But we also need to track down crime. This makes it easier for police officers, but here's the thing. The infrastructure for that might not be even be in place for that kind of surveillance. Because New York City doesn't even have that type of surveillance. Bad enough, their own surveillance is it's lax. It's like behind. Like someone commits a crime, they just took notice a few days later, and now they're posting on the media saying we're looking for this person because this person on this day did this on this day. You see what I'm saying? It's not broadcast the next day or the next 2 days. It's always broadcast like maybe like 10 or 2 weeks later. Sometimes even 30 days in New York City. So why don't they just take one of these and install the cameras like they was intended to? But yeah, that's a lot of maintenance because mind you, these Wi-Fi booths are not maintained quite well because. And I recommend, please caution yourself to be careful using these USB power. Yeah, be cautious about those. Because, like I said, I had a Subway Photo FL70 RGB, and I plugged that up in it to charge the light so I can go to another shoot. And I was like, yeah, we got a free Wi-Fi, and I'm just standing there so I can make the video, right? And it just malfunctioned. Yeah. Just started smoking from the USB port. So be careful when using those. But like I said, they don't make these things often because they're posted what is it, every 30 days or so, something like that. But with that said, New York City is a reality show, friend. You don't need no ticket. Just come here and you just see things. But you get to see the cool things too. And just what the mayor is trying to like, I don't know, I'm sorry, but like, you're trying to take the cool things out of New York and try to, what's the word he was using? Swagger. Yeah. He was using the word swagger. And I was like, oh, now he wants to put some swag into the mayor's seating? What kind of, this guy's a joke. And I just thought about it, and my ex-wife said this. She was like, oh, he's just happy because he got in the seat. I was like, maybe so. I remember that conversation, Yuki. But anyway, yeah, maybe he's happy because he got in the seat. He thought he's a big, back, powerful black man because he was a cop. You're still a cop. You always be policing. You're doing it now as you're in office. You're policing people. You're not helping people. Don't criminalize homeless. You got teenage homeless out here. You should be focused on trying to get these teenagers off the streets. And some of these teenagers need to go to school during the day. This is why I don't... Listen, when I was growing up in Osaka, you know, summertime was not about hanging out. It was about working, friend. You have to make as much money as possible during the summertime. Because those are the best times when there was tourism. It was the best time to make money. But now, like here in New York City, kids they want to smoke weed in the park. They want to hang out in Starbucks. They don't want to go to school during the day. Me and the other adults that hang out in Starbucks, we're just like, why are these kids not in school? Like, I have no idea. We talk about this. So Christina, the Starbucks on here, she starts regulating now. She's like, hey guys, if you guys are not going to be hanging out late, because you know these kids are taking naps, like at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning in Starbucks. And Christina walks in like, hey, this is not a bed. Like, this is for the customers, so I'm going to ask you to go to school and leave, or just hang out for a little bit and then go to school. That's what she always does. She's really nice and really polite. You guys never been to the Starbucks on Jackson Avenue? And trust me, I went to every single Starbucks in New York City since I got here, and there's only very few that I like. But this one is by far the best one. Yeah, it's the best one because I get free drinks sometimes. But yeah, fam, it's like, hey Panda, and they know me by Panda. Like, hey Panda, saw your video. Like, keep word, but I'm pretty sure they could probably, one of them is watching this right now, probably. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the mayor, you're a hypocrite, and I want the audience to know this. He did these things. He invited these problems. He made these problems a priority. You should have been focusing on crime. from the very start when you said you wanted to focus on crime. But obviously, I don't see crime being handled like you said you were going to handle that. And as someone that's concerned, Mr. Mayor, just know what someone would tell you, but here's the mayor. I guarantee you, someone in his office is going to come across this video. Oh, you got some houseless guy complaining, blah. No, this is statistics of what I experience and what I'm seeing from my end. You're not helping everyone. You're not. Like I said, you're hurting small businesses, Mayor, with these problems. You given, yeah, and like I said earlier, everyone, the word is you can get shit free in New York City. And now you have this big number of homelessness coming into New York City. It's not just migrants. It's people from California, Arizona, Oregon State. Everyone is coming here, man. This is what they don't talk about. Everyone is coming to New York. Because the word of mouth is, Mr. Mayor, because of your mouth, it's because everything is free, bro. You got the swagger to give everything free, right? Right, Mr. Mayor? Your swagger. That was very poor judgment of words. Don't ever use that word again. Swagger? You're a professional. You're not a thug. And first and foremost, we black people do not swag. We've been civilized since slavery. So think about that, friend. We are wiser, we are smarter. We don't put swagger into it. We put our strength and our intelligence into what we do. There's no swagger. There's not some pimp shit. Don't ever use that in your image. That's what you did. Right, Yuki? The shit? Right? Any psychologist probably like, yeah, if you look back at his broadcast, the way he presented himself, he used his image as a black man to say these words, thinking it was cool. It's not cool. Yes, it's freedom of speech, but you are supposed to be the better man. Swagger. What the? Swagger. I can't believe, I was shocked when I saw that broadcast. I was like, what? You just use swagger. Dude, that's what people think. And to me, swagger doesn't sound cool. To me, it doesn't. It just sounds like I'm just like a pimp. I'm pimping shit. That's what dudes like go around like, hey babe, I'm swagging everything, baby. Yeah, I got swag everywhere, baby. That's what dudes do in the club and shit. You're a gentleman. Come on, friend. I'm trying to, you see what I'm doing here, everybody? I'm trying to help his image when I shouldn't be even trying to do that. Giving him advice. Everyone's like, you should run for mayor. I don't want to run for politicians. Because politicians, you always face, here's the problem about getting into politics. You're only on one side. You're not on everybody's side. This is why I don't want to get into politics. Listen, this is why I want to stay away from my parents. It's always a political fucking thing with them. Or this and that, or financials, or this and that, and what side are you going to take? No. You can't be biased all the time. You gotta disagree, yes, but you can't favor one side. You gotta give everyone a fair opportunity. Everyone here deserves fair opportunity. Everyone, including people that are left to rot. That's what the homeless are right here in New York City, right? They left to rot, right? Right, Mr. Mayor? You talk about your homeless shelter system, acting like it's a fucking. You go on broadcast acting like your homeless shelter system is the best in the world. Dude, I seen better elsewhere. Trust me, Mr. Mayor. As an activist, as a photographer, as someone that's traveled, I see better outreach programs better than New York City. Your shelter system is like a prison. It's a system to have control. Why am I belonging to these shelters? every single day. So if I come to work, I gotta get search. Let me explain this search propaganda bullshit, everybody. So if you go to halfway houses or transparent or like transitional houses or hotels here in New York City that help people or they are homeless, did you know that they have to go through a security check every time to a hotel, right? I want everyone to understand their rights here, okay? Because this is where the city, I understand safety, but like, you are you categorizing everyone as a threat? Yes, everyone. You never know when someone's going to go nuts. Like, I get it, but every single hotel I saw that had homeless services had security that are not technically professionally trained to detect where they would stash a weapon. Are they certified TSA agents? Do they have any law enforcement background? Do they have any type of law enforcement or high level security certification? No. These are people with normal how these are people that just want a job and they just took a security job. That just have some type of New York City certification from some small LLC business that has a security license, right? Just like these contractors in New York City. Most of these contractors don't actually have a real contractor license, especially ones that do construction. But New York City gives these things out, and then they just broadcast it saying that a lot of these people are just not professionally trained. So here's the thing: when you go into these hotels, why are these people being searched? But I guarantee it, and I have seen this, everybody. You go into a different neighborhood with a different expectation. Mind you, this is ghetto versus common living suburb. You won't see securities in a shelter system in the suburbs where it's nice. No, you won't. Only when there's minorities, color, skin of color, Latino color, Asian minority. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. New York, good city, is good for that. Yeah, because you come to Wisconsin, you won't have that problem. I'm just saying, I worked for Porchlight. We didn't check people's bags. And the only time we did check people's bags, we know that person was violent. And we let them back in. Why do we let people back in? Because people have a right to sleep, Mr. Mayor. Once the shelter system here kicks out people, they can no longer come back to the shelter ever again. They're banned for life. Yeah, that's what people do in New York City, everyone. Once you do something wrong one time, you're banned for life from a shelter system. So you got to go to another shelter system and get processed there, and now you got to wait to get into the shelter system or get a bed. You see that? You see the process of that? So, Mr. Mayor, your shelter system is broken and very dangerous. It's a jail system. It's not meant. It literally psychologically affects people's mental health. Do you realize that? If you're gonna help with mental health, you put people in a place where they feel comfortable. Don't put them in a place with so many. And I understand. Wait. You spent $103 million on homeless services last year. Where did all that money go? Like I said, everyone, not everyone that's homeless and houseless are doing drugs or gang banging, robbing people. They just have either financial problems, just bad luck, or the fact that they just have maybe an education deficiency, which is like they have a learning disability, or they might not want to cope with life because they look what's going on. I'd be afraid too to come outside. I would definitely be afraid. But listen, Mr. Mayor, and everyone that's watching this, the New York City shelter system, when you come, nothing is free in New York City. Because I had someone on my comments outside saying, I thought you get free food stamps. I thought they give away, yeah, you heard about the mayor giving away $1,000 gift cards. And everyone got upset. You see how Americans got upset about that? not just New Yorkers, but Americans. What? What New York? What mayor giving out $1,000 gift cards and free food? What? Let me go to New York City. Come on, let's go. You see? You see what you started, Mr. Mayor? You started this whole problem giving out free shit when it should be going to, it should have been going to Americans. You're not even dealing with your American homeless crisis problem. But all of a sudden you have all this money to help these migrants. But why you didn't have this money when you want to help? Think about this, everybody. Now you have this money to help the migrants. But where this money been allocated from? Right? I was asked it before. Why wasn't this money available to help the homeless currently in New York City? You got to ask yourself this question. Now think about this. Go back to all of Mayor Adams' broadcasts, and you start to put the pieces and puzzles together. He's a hypocrite. He made promises he couldn't keep. He didn't help the homeless like he said he was going to. Now you want to criminalize it. You're helping the migrants, and now you want to arrest the migrants when you invited the migrants here. And then you have problems with the migrants interfering in public business. As I was in front of a laundromat yesterday, and the owner of that laundromat, it's on my Instagram, was saying, like, there's a big migrant issue in Astoria, Queens. Holy shit. There was so many migrants selling, like, bubble gum. They stole a whole box full of bubble gum, and now they're on the street selling it. I've never seen a thing. Who sells bubble gum on the street? Like the Trident, the Trident gum? Yeah, selling that on the streets of New York City. In Astoria, Queens, where I was yesterday, doing laundry. I wanted to go to that neighborhood yesterday because I'd never gone that far in. So I wanted to explore. And I found this laundromat. The system is a little wacky, I gotta say. The system is a little wacky. You gotta go to one machine to put the money in. First you gotta put your clothes into the washing machine. Then you gotta go to the machine to put the money in, and you gotta put the number of the washing machine into this machine. And then once you put the money into that machine, it's ready to go, and you have to go back to the machine and start the machine. It defeats the purpose of putting money in the one machine to start another machine. It just defeats the whole logical point of technology. You're supposed to use one device for everything. That's it. It just didn't make sense. But anyway, I just wanted to let everyone know and just have this conversation. Because people need to be aware of what the mayor has been doing. And no, I'm not coming to race today. I'm just like, listen, I'm not getting paid to do any of these city stuff right now. So I'm looking for pay. So if the city wants to hire me to do something, like, I need money, friend. Like, why? I need to buy Gatorade today. It's going to be freaking 80. It's going to be 26 Celsius today, friend. It's going to be a little bit warm. I'm going to be thirsty. I'm going to need some food. I'm going to need some real food because, like, I'm waiting for my storage to open at 9 because, yeah, I have a storage here in New York City, everyone. Yeah, put all my stuff in storage. Thank you to my ex-wife. And mind you, she went back to Japan because she was about to be homeless here herself. And I asked her, are you okay for me sharing that? She's like, yeah, I'd rather you just share it, and I don't want to be on TV. She doesn't want to be seen. Maybe one day. Well, you probably have already seen her. She knows that I've not seen her photo. I showed her photograph. But, like, think about it. She has degrees, and she's in a very competitive field, yes. But when it's not paying rent, oh my panda, you have to make a choice. And when you're looking for a really good salary job to try to counteract with that rent cost, it doesn't help when rent is just increasing everywhere. Not just in New York City, everywhere. Rent is increasing. In most major cities, yes. So, everyone, the mayor of New York City, I'm not trying to say he's a bad guy. You have made mistakes, Adams. by promising people things that you never kept your word. Yes, things take time. People want to see results right away, but I keep telling people about being homeless. You can't see results right away. It takes time for the results to actually build up because it's a step-in process. I get it, but you had all the power to do other things here in the city that we have seen you demonstrate. But when it comes down to helping people, you don't force that power. You just talk. You try to get these outreach programs out here, which I'm telling you, some of these outreach individuals that are doing outreach services on the subway with your police officers, you have to have the, listen, some of them, I don't believe they're properly trained, okay? Like, literally. Like, I'd rather talk to someone that actually went to the university, that has a psychology education, and it's like, I can tell when someone is, like, trying to deliver me some bullshit. Because one day it happened to me twice in the subway, and I was just standing on the platform, and I'm not in my own business. Now, I'm on my way somewhere else, and this person's like, hi, yes, do you need a sandwich? I was like, do I look like I need a sandwich? I asked her, do I look like I need a sandwich? And I said, did you even ask me what's my dietary restriction issues? See, here's the thing, Mr. Mayor. As someone that used to be a social worker, activist, used to work in that field, let me explain. The first thing is that you introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Keiki, and your name is, like, blah, blah, blah. And the person's like, are you currently houseless right now? Yes. If that person answers yes or no, you should respect the answer. If the answer is no, it's no. But you just don't walk up to someone and then like, do you need a sandwich? Ma'am, you never asked me if I was allergic to pork. A ham sandwich? You're going to give me a ham sandwich? A ham sandwich? You guys love that shit here in New York City. Ham sandwiches. Ham sandwiches, everybody. She offered me a ham sandwich. Not even asking my name. How unprofessional that one was. So I started questioning her, and then when I put my credentials out, I said, man, I used to do what you do for a living, and you did everything wrong. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just apologizing. No, you did everything wrong. Yes, I'm home, I'm houseless, but I don't need a ham sandwich. First and foremost, you never asked me about dietary restrictions. You did never ask me my name. Just, I'm sorry, you just like, you have a wagon, it looks like you have a lot of stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, it's covered because it's a lot of camera equipment. You see, this is where stereotyping comes into this fucking scenario. You thinking that was junk? Wow, thank you for, that means I could have been anyone and you just be picking me out. Yeah, I could have been anyone coming in with a bunch of camera equipment in the subway. Yes, it's cheaper because the subway's $2.90. Why would I want to pay Uber $60 to go just across the pond? Doesn't make any sense. Why would I pay an Uber $30 to just go across the pond? And I pay $2.90 on the subway when the subway has an elevator? Come on. You see? But as I was questioning her, I said, you guys got to do your job better. You should be helping this guy. I was pointing to another homeless guy. I was like, you skipped this guy to come to me. Why? Because you have this conversation, right? And I told her, see how we're having this conversation and see how I'm directing you? You should have been carried to this guy. This guy looked at homeless. Holy shoes, dirty as fuck, smelly. You should just skip this guy to ask me if I wanted a hand sandwich. Now, this happened on 34th Street station. I just got off the elevator. I go into the middle of the platform because, mind you everybody, on the subway trains, the best way to use the handicap accessibility with these wagons is to use you know what the conductor is? Well, there's two sides. And that is by law, New York City law, that is for handicap or strollers. So New York City residents, you need to know this. When you're in the subway, you got to give someone that is having a stroller or a wheelchair that space. You can't continue to stand in that space. that's for handicap accessibility, or people that have a stroller with a baby, or let's say someone with a wagon comes onto it, or with a bike. That space is for. But normally that space is for handicap accessibility. And I've been seeing a lot that people I've been seeing a lot of people disrespecting that handicap accessibility act in New York City. Especially when I saw a wheelchair guy literally in the middle of the doorway when you have to walk in and out, and everyone's standing in the handicap accessibility, knowing that this man should have been in that corner to get out of everyone's way. But no, people made it difficult. Alright. But with that said, everyone, I'm just giving you guys context that all these problems, half these problems is the mayor's fault. Some of these problems already existed in New York, but got worse because no mayor took the responsibility to do any justice for these problems. And you still don't have a mayor willing to actually do the right thing for the people. And mind you, he's a former police officer. He served. He pledged to protect your rights still as the mayor of New York City. And he still refused to take care of you and protect you in your small business. Go to Victoria, Queens. Ask any small business how they're being affected by the migrant issue and the homeless issue. They'll tell you, like, it's been really hard. It's been so bad. Not just in Queens, but everywhere. Brooklyn. Here. Like, come on. All these nice places closing already? It just opened 1 year ago. Now they closing? Yeah. It's insane, friend. But they got all these smoke shops opening. How does they even get documents, legal documentation to get... Come on. If someone's opening a smoke shop in New York City, you gotta say, why are you opening a smoke shop now? Are you gonna be selling marijuana? You know you can't get a license yet. There's only very, 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 very small few dispensaries in New York City that actually have permanent licenses. So, why are you opening a smoke shop? But this is the thing, everyone. New York City gives these individuals the ability to open these smoke shops, but this is what the problems also happen. You got teenagers going to smoke shops buying weed when they're not over the age of 21. How are these kids buying marijuana? I'm sure not giving it to them. Who's giving it to them? It's got to be the local drug dealer, right? Blame it. Look, there's an NYPD officer for you right there. But who's giving them marijuana? And mind you, I just broadcast something on my YouTube community. Why is this teenager not in school? Why is he at a smoke shop? Now he's going to jail for murder? Because he should have been in school, friend. You see what I'm saying, everyone? Adam brought this on to your generation. And the prior mayor to that, and your prior governor for that. Yeah, I can't believe the prior governor is still not paying fair, like, property tax in New York City. I can't believe that. Oh, you guys heard about that, right? The former governor is literally paying $7,000 of property tax on property that he owns in Brooklyn, while everyone pays a buttload of shit of property tax in New York City. Fucking... I can't believe that. And this is why I don't want to get under the politicians. Corruption. The system is broken. Everything we do is broken. We can't fix it. There's no fix for all of this. The only way we can fix it is that we gotta just survive each day at a time. That's the only way. That's the only answer right now. There's no fixing any of this. You can't fix homelessness now. Because you know why? People make money off of homelessness. Because it's a thing now. People love seeing people being homeless because they know they have opportunities to milk your information. Your data is more important and more value than you think. And a lot of people don't realize that. Your data, your social security number, all that is valuable, even when you're homeless. Oh, that's important information because I can open credit cards in your name. I can do all types of things with your name and your social security. It is so valuable. So why is America not treating you as a valuable citizen and protecting you? Like I said, everything is broken. There's no fix for it. There's no such thing as fixing all of this. We don't believe in fixing things or putting things back in order. We don't believe in that. As a species, we don't. This is why, everyone, think about what has been transpiring here in New York City for the past, since Adam's been in office. He made promises he couldn't fix. He invited other nations that are suffering. I get it. People trying to escape their own problems. But we don't, mind you, I was here since 2021, Mr. Mayor. When I heard about you, I was like, oh, we got another black man going up for mayor? Oh, man. Are we going to have another Mayor, what's his name? Mayor Dinkins? Yeah. Are we going to have one of those mayors again? I hope not. I'm just saying, friend, this city is just, it's not fun anymore like it used to be. It's not comfortable. So what I tell everyone, it's scary that a homeless man and woman or a teenager now has to worry about he or she might go to jail for sleeping in the park. So yeah, or the fact that they're sleeping somewhere so they can go to work the next day and then try to do this and repeat the cycle over again. It's really sad that it's gone to that point where politicians and city officials now want to criminalize the poor when the poor has nothing to give. So you're going to incarcerate people and you're going to give people records when they didn't have records in the first place? That's a cause and effect right there, friend. You literally are causing people to have a bad effect on their lives because you want to give them something that they never actually wanted in the first place. Doesn't make sense to me, friend. It really doesn't. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.